What is going on, guys? It is Gamers Goon here today to do the ACC predictions for the ACC tournament. As you can see, I'm wearing a mask. I want to address that real quick so that there's no more questions. I'm filming this all at once, and it is dead week here at my college because we have finals next week, and I didn't want to annoy my roommate and his studying and any of that stuff, so I just came down to the classroom. So if I have to put this on, it's because somebody has came into the classroom, so don't worry about that. And the second address, yes, I know I'm wearing a Michigan State jersey. Yes, I know. But the ACC tournament, we get it kicked off here. As you can see, we have Pittsburgh versus Miami, and this is a game that I think could be very interesting. Let me pull up my notes here for the ACC. But I do have Miami winning this one. Last time these two played each other, Miami ended up getting blown out by 15 points. Big win from Pittsburgh. I think it was 70-55 or something like that. This is going to be a revenge game for Miami. Neither team is really that great. So I definitely can see Miami being able to pull it off here and beat Pittsburgh. It's definitely not that big of a difference between the two teams. Then we get over here, we see Duke versus Boston College. And you know what month it is? It's March. It is March. And you know a team that always be playing in March, deep into March? Duke. I don't care if it's against Boston College. I don't care who it's against. Duke, they're not just going to roll over. They're not. It's still Duke basketball. So I'm going to go with Duke there in that matchup. And then that leads us to Notre Dame versus Wake Forest. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how good Wake Forest is. Notre Dame is a team that usually is pretty decent in March. They usually can figure their way into the tournament. They can weasel their way in, whether they're very good or not. So I'm going to have to go with Notre Dame. Just for those reasons alone, that Notre Dame is one of those teams that can, if you catch them at the right moment, you could be in trouble. That leaves us for Clemson and Miami now, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's just no chance that Miami can hang with Clemson. There's just not. Miami was able to pick up the win against Pittsburgh, but come on, they're not beating Clemson. Then we get into Syracuse versus North Carolina State. I think this one is actually probably going to be a one-sided game, if you ask me. The reason I'm going to take Syracuse here is because my boy Alan Griffin, if you know, from Illinois last year, he was on the team. He's on Syracuse, so I'm gonna have to go with Syracuse for that reason alone. Just gotta rep my boy Alan Griffin out there. Then we get into Louisville and Duke, and like I said, man, March is not the time you want to be messing around with Duke, and I'm gonna have to go with Duke once again. I don't think Louisville is good enough to halt that March madness that Duke will be in. Let me get into UNC versus Notre Dame. I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. I don't see how you beat this North Carolina team. They've been winning some games recently. I think they're finally starting to figure it out. They have Garrison Brooks going crazy recently. You can never count that North Carolina team out, no matter who it is, who's on that team. Whether it was the Cole Anthony season, whether it's the Kobe White season. It doesn't matter who's on that team. UNC always figures out a way to strike the iron while it's hot, and UNC is going to be going on in that round and win their game against Notre Dame. Then we get into Georgia Tech and Clemson. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what it is about Clemson this year, man. I'm just feeling them. I'm really feeling them. Georgia Tech, on the other hand, yeah, they've had a good year, but in March, you gotta be able to rely on some guys. And to me, Clemson just has more of those guys you can rely on. They have a lot more to play for than a Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech kind of just, in my opinion, they're kind of like, and they had a good year. Don't get me wrong, but they kind of just came out of nowhere. And I think that's probably going to end. I'm going to be honest with you. Clemson, they know they're competitors. Clemson, they know that they can do it. They've been there before. They know they got what it takes. I just got a gut feeling, man, that Clemson's going to win this one. Then we get into the University of Virginia versus Syracuse, and oh my goodness, man, this pains me so much because I want to see Alan Griffin go far. That's my boy. That's my boy out there repping the orange in Syracuse. But there's just no way, man. There's just no way Virginia at this point is going to be losing in this tournament to Syracuse. I just don't see it happening. Syracuse, I have them falling out of the tournament here. Virginia, I think they're just going to outmatch them in that matchup. I think it's just not the right opponent for Syracuse at that point, which is unfortunate. Next, we get into FSU versus Duke. FSU and Duke. I'm going to be honest with you. Duke, I really want to say Duke because you could get that big Duke-UNC matchup, but to me, your run's going to fall short. Your run's going to fall short. FSU, they got Scotty Barnes. They're going to be fine. They got the players that you can trust, especially in situations where it's win or go home. Obviously, FSU has a lot more to play for. They'll be in March Madness. You know that. Duke has a lot to play for. They got to scrap and fight their way into March Madness, but I don't see them being able to pick up the win against Florida State. So I'm going to have to go with Florida State in this one. Then we get Virginia Tech and UNC. And if Duke was on this side, I would have Duke win against Virginia Tech. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have UNC beat Virginia Tech. I think UNC is striking while the iron is hot. I've been saying it 1,000 times already in this video. I think we're going to see one of those crazy runs in this tournament, and I think that UNC is going to give them a legit shot at getting into March Madness for the first, because both UNC and Duke could be missing March Madness for the first time in a long time. So I'm gonna say UNC is going to be able to pick up that win and get to the Final Four here in the ACC championship bracket. Then we get into the Final Four. We got Clemson versus Virginia. Virginia is a team that's very hard to pick against. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I really like this Clemson team. I don't know what it is. I think this Clemson team has a good shot, especially in March Madness. But I'm going to say they get outplayed by Virginia in this one. I just got a feeling that Virginia is going to win, so I'm going to have to take Virginia, and they're going to be going to the ACC championship. And we got Florida State and UNC. And like I said, man, striking while the iron's hot. FSU's a good team, don't get me wrong. FSU could come out there and they can blow UNC out for all we know. But if I gotta put my trust in a team, if I gotta put my trust in a coach, if I gotta put my trust in some players, it's the players over at UNC, it's the coach over at UNC, it's the team over there at UNC, because UNC knows how to strike the iron while it's hot. They know how to be big game players, and I'm gonna have to go with UNC. So that leaves us Virginia and North Carolina there to finish off the ACC championship bracket. I'm gonna have to go off on a limb. I don't even really know why I'm doing this, but if UNC is able to strike the iron here, and if they're able to keep that 3-game win streak coming into this championship, yeah, Virginia had a win streak too, but I don't see any way that you can count UNC out here. I'm going to have to go with UNC. If they can make it to that championship game, North Carolina's going to win. I think the same thing with Duke. If one of those two teams can figure out a way to get to that championship game, they're going to win. Just because they have that experience. They are one of the big teams in college basketball, and they've underperformed this season, but they'll perform when it matters, and I got UNC winning here in the ACC championship bracket. So my ACC champions are the University of North Carolina. So thank you guys for watching the ACC video. I will be continuing to film. The next video I'm going to be filming is the Big East video. It's all going to be in the same location. It's all going to be with this mask. I'm filming it all at once. So just know that for ahead. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys leave it down below who you think is going to be the ACC champions. And if I remember below, I'm gonna put the link I'm gonna put the link here so that you all can join the bracket pool here on CBS Sports Pick'em. I'm gonna, if I remember, I'm gonna put the link down below so you guys can join the pool. I'll let you know the password and all that stuff down below if that's what needs to happen. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going big for the month of March. March Madness is gonna be crazy on this channel. We got a lot of predictions. We got when March Madness actually begins, we are going to be reacting daily. So the first day of March Madness, we're going to be reacting or reviewing or whatever you want to call it. We're gonna be talking about March Madness a lot here this month on this channel. So make sure if you're a college basketball fan, make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave that thumbs up. Make sure you share it out to your buddies, your dogs, your cats. I don't care who you share it out to. Just if you're enjoying what I'm doing, make sure you share it out. But for right now, it's been Gamers Goon, and I'll be talking to you guys in the Big East video.